Hello to you, our dear viewer, from wherever you're tuning in from. We do hope you're doing well, and welcome to today's Catholic Focus News Bulletin. I am Susan Bulemi, and with me on the sign language interpretation desk is Jane Mbaya. Kicking us off today in our news bulletin is great news from the Catholic Church, whereby Pope Leo XIV has appointed Reverend Father Obed Karobia as Auxiliary Bishop of the Archdiocese of Nairobi. Reverend Father Karobia, a member of the Order of Conventual Franciscan Friars, has been serving as custodial minister of the order in Kenya. He is currently guiding the congregation of the Franciscan Servants of Mary, Queen of Love, in preparation for its General Chapter Assembly. The Auxiliary Bishop-elect will join Bishop David Kamau in assisting Archbishop Philip Anyolo in shepherding the faithful in the Archdiocese of Nairobi.
Today the Archdiocese of Nairobi gives thanks to God as we mark a joyful and historic moment in the life of our local church. Today, as I speak, the Holy See announces the decision of the Holy Father, Pope Leo XIV, appointing a new auxiliary bishop to serve alongside our Archbishop Philip Anyolo and the Auxiliary Bishop David Kamau in shepherding the people of God in Nairobi. The new bishop-elect is a priest of the Order of the Friars Minor Conventual. He is a seasoned pastor, formator, and administrator, shaped by a religious life and committed service to the Church both in Kenya and beyond. Born on the 29th of June 1979 in Ruiri, Meru County, he responded early to God's call. He joined the Conventual Franciscan Friars in 2001 and made his solemn profession in 2010, committing his life fully to the gospel in the spirit of. And throughout his entire priestly ministry, he has served the Church with dedication and generosity. Most notably, he served as Minister Provincial of St. Francis of Assisi Province in Kenya from 2019 to 2023. In this role, he provided pastoral leadership to the friars, strengthened communities, supported missionary outreach, and helped mobilize resources for pastoral and development work. At a wider church level in Africa, he served as the chairman of the African Federation of Conventual Franciscan Friars from 2020 to 2023. And through this service, he promoted collaboration among Franciscan communities across the continent and supported the growth and formation of new vocations. Closer at home, closer to parish life, the bishop-elect has served as a parish priest of St. Catherine of Alexandria Parish in the South Sea here in Nairobi, where he worked closely with the faithful and supported parish development. He has also given many years to formation ministry, accompanying young men discerning religious life and serving as a formator, bursar, and vocation director. Currently, he is the Supreme Moderator of the Association of the Franciscan Servants of Mary, Queen of Love. In addition to his pastoral experience, he has a strong academic preparation. He holds a master's degree in counseling psychology from the Catholic University of Eastern Africa and is currently pursuing doctoral studies at Daystar University. This background equips him with deep pastoral sensitivity, especially valuable in today's ministry of accompaniment, healing, and listening. As Auxiliary Bishop of Nairobi, the Bishop-elect brings a shepherd's heart formed by prayer, religious community life, and close pastoral engagement. His experience in leadership, formation, and parish ministry will be a great support to the Archbishop, to Auxiliary Bishop, the clergy, religious and lay faithful as we continue the mission of the Church in our Archdiocese. With gratitude to God, We therefore warmly welcome Bishop-elect Obed Muriungi Garobia and assure him of our prayers and support as he begins this new chapter of service to the people of God here in the Archdiocese of Nairobi. Father Obed, if you're in the hall, please come forward.
Your Excellency, the Apostolic Nuncio to Kenya, Bart Van Megen, Your Grace, the Metropolitan Bishop of Nairobi, Philip Anyolo, Your Lordship, Bishop David Kamau, the Auxiliary Bishop of Nairobi, Monsignor Luciano, the Secretary to the Nunciture, the Deans, my brothers in priesthood, dear religious brothers and sisters, and you people of God, tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Note the walk from behind there to here was the longest that I have ever made. I take this opportunity with humility and gratitude to accept this appointment. I know it's going to be a challenging responsibility, but God is going to grant me the graces to be able to fulfill the role that the Church has granted to me. I thank His Holiness Pope Leo XIV for entrusting this role to me. And I ask you, people of God, to pray for me as I take up this challenge. And I pray through the intercession of our Father, St. Francis of Assisi, whose 800th anniversary we are celebrating this year since he passed on, the intercession of our Blessed Mother and all the saints of God, that I may be able to serve the Church with humility, with love and care. Thank you very much.
A better round of applause. What is happening?
Well, congratulations are in order for the new bishop-elect, and we do hope that the Lord will guide him in this new role that he has received from the Church. And more details from this will be brought to you in our subsequent news bulletin, so stay tuned. Now, moving on, primary school teachers are now threatening to boycott the supervision of this year's national examinations, citing unpaid dues for last year's invigilation and marking. The warning comes amid growing pressure on the Ministry of Education to address long-standing welfare concerns within the teaching profession. Here's our very own Sasha Elizabeth with a full report.
And we are giving ultimatums. If they are not paid, we shall down our tools. We shall say we shall withdraw labor so that the teachers of this country are paid first before we go to another exam.
The warning has been fired Primary school teachers, through their union, now say they will not supervise this year's national examination unless the Ministry of Education settles pending payments for the 2025 exams.
The teachers of this country need to be paid before we proceed to the next level of doing another exam, because it is not good manners, it is not proper, it is not fair to have not paid our teachers and we are preparing for another exam.
As a woman representative,
the demands were made during the swearing-in of new union officials in Malava, Kakamega County, where teachers expressed frustration over delayed compensation for work already done. Kakamega North Branch NAT Secretary General Shadrach Muyaka led the call, insisting that teachers must be paid their dues before taking on any further national assignments.
The PS of Education said in his own words that 2 weeks, and the 2 weeks elapsed last Friday. And we are now beyond the 2 weeks he promised us when we were at Masinde Muliro University. So we are not happy and we are not comfortable.
Union leaders also raised concerns over the teachers' health insurance scheme, urging the government to review it to better meet their needs.
The teachers of this country need a comprehensive medical cover, a mwalimu medical cover that will take care of the teacher. Today, teachers are paying. Teachers go to the hospitals and they can wait for a very long time because of the system down times. We are also saying if the teacher of this country needs to be respected, the government must come up with a comprehensive medical cover for the teacher of this country so that we are also happy, just like any other civil servants.
At the same time, newly elected officials were challenged to uphold professionalism, adhere to the teachers' code of conduct, and actively address the concerns of their members.
You are going to engage teacher cases in most of your engagements. And if you will not be able to keep secrets to all the engagements, then you will have breached what you have done today. And remember, maybe we didn't know that the law has it that we can be sued and even be imprisoned for 14 years. Serve our teachers like never before, so that come 2031, they must have seen what you will have done for them, for the teachers to consider you next time.
any confidential information.
Shole Duncan Andati.
Asasha Elizabeth reporting for the Catholic Focus, Capuchin TV.
Still in Kakamega County, farmers in the county have welcomed the ongoing distribution of subsidized fertilizer at NCBA depots, citing efficient service and the affordable government price of 2,500 Kenyan shillings per bag. However, even as they praise the process, they are calling for decentralized distribution to reach remote areas amid emerging concerns over shortages and the need for tighter oversight to ensure only genuine farmers benefit. Here is Philomena Monyoki with the details.
Farmers in Kakamega County have expressed satisfaction with the ongoing distribution of subsidized fertilizer at National Cereals and Produce Port depots in Kakamega Town as the planting season gains momentum.
Sisi tunaona kama tuko na ufisadi hapa. Kwa mbolea unapata mtu anabeba mbolea gunia 100 kwa lori na amekuja hapa several. Kama sisi tunakuja hapa daily tunakosa mbolea saa zingine, lakini ukipata mtu mwenye na gari kubwa kama lori anabeba mbolea kama gunia 10, na sasa hiyo anaweza kuambia hata top dressing hakuna, lakini utapata gari kubwa ndio inapata.
The farmers say the process has been efficient, with many being served within a short time.
Pale awali watu wamekuwa wakikuja hapa saa 9 na hata mtu anakuja saa 10, lakini unakuta kwamba anatoka hapa saa 2 usiku kwa sababu unakuta kwamba mbolea ilikuwa kidogo.
They have also welcomed the government's move to offer the fertilizer at an affordable price of 2,500 shillings per bag. One of the farmers, Michael Quatera, commended the smooth and fast service, noting that it has enabled them to prepare their farms in good time for planting.
Tukiangalia cereal yetu ya Kakamega sasa tuko na mbolea na bei, tena ile bei yenye rais alituwekea ni bei mzuri, na at least wakulima tunapata mbolea. Kiangalia pale kwa gate kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni, maskini kwa tajiri wote wanapata mbolea na mbolea wanapata kwa wakati.
However, despite the positive feedback, farmers are now calling on the government to decentralize distribution centers to ensure the fertilizer reaches those in remote rural areas.
Mimi nimesafiri all the way kutoka Navakholo. Na mnajua status za Navakholo. Ingawaje sasa tuko na C41 inakuja kabisa. Tunaomba kwamba kama serikali inaweza kufanya mipangilio through NCBA, kama tunaweza pata depot huko Navakholo, sisi kama wakazi wa Navakholo tutashukuru sana. Tukue tunapata mbolea kutoka karibu. Lakini mbolea yenyewe quality yake iko salama na iko sawa kabisa.
At the same time, concerns are emerging over reported shortages of the commodity, with farmers urging authorities to tighten supervision and ensure that only genuine farmers benefit from the subsidy program. Reporting for Catholic Focus, Capuchin TV, I am Philomena Munyoki.
And now we shift our focus from the western region of Kenya to the coastal region, whereby residents of Kimorigo in Taveta constituency, Taita Taveta County, are grappling with the devastating aftermath of heavy floods triggered by relentless rains. Homes, schools, businesses, and farmlands have been submerged, leaving a trail of destruction. Property has been swept away, livestock lost, and crops destroyed, leading to a major blow to livelihoods in the area. Affected families are now appealing to the government for urgent intervention and support as they begin the difficult task of recovery. Gabriel Mwakoma with more on the extent of the damage and the response efforts underway.
Here is Kimorigo, Taveta Sub-County, Taita Taveta County, where the situation remains dire after floods displaced and affected hundreds of residents. The residents say they have lost valuable property and are currently facing severe food shortages. They add that the flood waters originate from Taveta town as well as neighboring Tanzania, worsening the situation during every rainy season.
Hii mipunga tunalima hapo sasa hivi mafuriko yamekuja mengi. Hata kama nikuotesha tungekuwa tushaotesha, lakini tunashindwa tafanyaje. Maana hapo ndani maji yameingia kila mahali, ndani ya nyumba mbegu imeharibiwa na maji. Ndio sasa tuna msaada hapo, at least tumeletewa na Bwire chakula, alafu tunataka tena tumeletewa excavator ichimbe ili mtaro zishuke.
Mafuriko yametuathiri pakubwa. Kwa sababu gani? Inanyesha kila siku, mafuriko yameingia kwa nyumba, vitu tumeka juu kidogo vinaanguka, unga zinamwagika zinaingia ndani ya maji. Haya, kuku zimebebwa, mabata tunaenda kukotea huko, mengine amekufa. Shambani hakuna kitu. Haya, ukiingia shambani chakula chote kimebebwa, tulipanda marage, mahindi yote yamebebwa. Haya, migomba yenyewe inafifia maana imezidiwa mpaka na maji. Hasa hata tujua mafuriko nataka kutufikisha wapi kwa sasa.
Tunaomba ya kwamba tukaweze kusaidiwa katika, hasa wananchi wasaidiwe katika kupewa chakula, na zaidi maeneo haya yakaweze kuchimbiwa kipaumbele cha kutengenezewa dikes ambazo zitasaidia sana kutoa haya maji wakati mafuriko yanapo ama mvua nyingi inaponyesha.
The PS for Labor Shadrack Modime, who visited the area and delivered food aid, has assured residents of continued government support.
Watu wa sehemu hii hawajaweza kuvuna chakula vile inavyotakikana, basi serikali ikaona ni vyema kwamba tuweze kuwaletea chakula. Juzi kuna mchele ambao waliletewa pamoja na maharagwe. Leo tumewaletea gunia 100 za mahindi na gunia 50 za maharagwe, lakini serikali imejitolea mhanga kuhakikisha kwamba hakuna yoyote ambaye atapata njaa kwa sababu ya shida hii.
Efforts to provide relief are ongoing, even as calls intensify for long-term measures to address the recurring floods. From Taveta, Taita Taveta County, my name is Gabriel Mwakoma.
Moving on, a section of Gen Z youth in Thika is raising concerns over delays in voter registration, citing staff shortages, faulty equipment, and long queues at registration centers. The youth warn the challenges could discourage participation ahead of the 2027 general elections, even as the electoral body attributes the situation to limited kits and ongoing staff training, with plans to scale up the exercise next week. Nancy Kajuju with the report.
Gen Z youth in Thika has raised concerns over delays in voter registration, blaming a shortage of officials, faculty equipment and congestion at registration centers. The youth say the challenges have led to long queues, with some spending hours waiting while others leave without registering, warning this could discourage participation in the next general election.
Tunasikia kuna rumors that they want to stop this registration process because numbers of people wenye wanakuja ni wengi. Hatutaki kusikia kuna any switching off machines at wana postpone to another time. Hiyo tunakataa kabisa. We understand IBC kuna wafanyikazi wengi. So tunawa encourage ama tunawa urge watuongezea at least like 4 people to 5 people ndio accelerate process. And then hatutaki kusikia ati system imeanguka ati wana postpone up to maybe next year or something. Hatutaki hiyo excuses. We are very serious on this issue because tumekuwa na very bad governance, bad leadership na tumejitokeza sana kwa change this bad leadership.
Led by Magdalene Gathoni and Joseph Giadhi, the group faulted the process, saying only one official was serving large numbers despite huge turnout. They have called on the commission to deploy more staff and reliable equipment.
Naitwa Magdalene Gathoni, nimekuwa hapa nataka kukua kadi na represent Thika, lakini nimekasirika sana. Tumekuwa hapa from morning hadi saa hii hatujahudumiwa bado. It's so frustrating sababu wakati leaders walikuwa wanauliza youth wako wapi hawaregister, mlifaa kukuwa already na resources, watu wenye wanafaa kutuhudumia na hadi saa hii tumejitokeza kwa wingi. Mbona hakuna watu wa kutuhudumia? Mtu ni mmoja hii masaa yote. You're really frustrating us. Mara stima imepotea, hakuna generator, a whole government office hakuna pesa ya generator. Surely. Nimeshinda hapa, niko na njaa, nimeumwa na kichwa, nimekunywa brufen hata ifanyi kazi. Hebu niwaambie tafadhali, make these systems they work for us. Mna to disappoint and it's so wrong.
Kunafaa kukuwe na at least kama 5 kids. Kuko na 5 people. Na all those other roles zenye huyu mtu mmoja anafanya, wacha zikuwe delegated to very many different people kwa sababu huku nje tunasema mayusa wana kazi na huku unapata mtu mmoja anafanya kazi zingine mingi hapa hivi, anajaribu kung'ang'ana na numbers, like all those roles wacha zipatiweno watu ili hizi process zifanywe teke zifanywe mbio. Hakuna stories za watu kudelay, mtu anakuja.
However, IEBC Constituency Election Manager Michael Mose has dismissed their concerns, attributing the delays to limited kits and ongoing staff training. He assured residents that more kits will be deployed ahead of next week's mass registration exercise.
We're starting our mass voter registration, which is also known as the enhanced continuous voter registration, which begins on the 30th, which is next week on Monday. So by which time I should be having 15 kits across the constituency. That means 3 kits per ward, and I have 5 wards serving both Thika East and Thika West sub-counties. So far, we have a queue. I think today we probably will do another number of about 100 people, and I will be serving them.
Reporting for Catholic Focus Capuchin TV, I'm Nancy Kajuju.
Well, we do hope the Gen Z cries will be heard and appropriate measures will be taken to hasten the registration process. Well, that report brings us to the end of today's Catholic Focus News Bulletin. And once again, we do hope to congratulate the new bishop-elect in his appointment as the new auxiliary bishop-elect of the Archdiocese of Nairobi. I am Susan Bulemi, and our sign language interpreter has been Jane Bayer. Until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and keep it Capuchin TV.
Keep watching Capuchin TV, your staunchly Catholic identity channel.